Welcome to Garden Wise Adventures. My name is Malie, and today we have another beautiful day, a day where I'm hoping we actually get rain. Now it's a hope, but it's also going to be a race to get some projects done that I've been wanting to get done before the rain hits. Now we have not had measurable rain here, except for maybe one time in the spring that I can think of, and that is not normal, so I'm really hoping for the rain. But anyway, I wanted to show you what I'm going to start doing today. Now I hope the wind isn't too loud. It's kind of howling a little bit. But right here I have some seed trays, and my goal today is to plant some flowers. Now I realize it is a bit late to be planting flowers. This is the beginning of June. But way over here, you can see my planting beds. Every single one of those planting beds are full. I've got my green stock that's full. I've got another green stock down there. That's my next project for the day. And I've got another Vajayga bed coming. So we've also got these beds that are ready for tomatoes. But once the beds up there that are full of all my early spring crops are empty, I've got squash that I've got to plant, some cucumbers, but I think I might actually have an empty bed to put flowers in. And it's going to be about a month, which is a perfect amount of time to put flowers in. Now it's really windy out here, so I didn't bring all the seed packets out here. Let me show you inside what I'm going to be planting. Here we have some of my seed packets laid out. We're going to plant several different things. There are going to be some veggies for the green stock. But this right here is one of my favorite zinnias. They're just tiny little heads and they are absolutely gorgeous. Hi, Calcifer. Yes, I see you. Calcifer does not like to be ignored. He's very cute. He's got pretty yellow eyes. He's a very sweet baby. And he loves to be scratched. Okay. Next is zinnias. I think zinnias are absolutely gorgeous. So we've got a lot of the Queen Lime Blush, Queen Lime Orange, Queen Lime Red, and then this Macarena that looked really pretty. We've also got calendulas, different varieties. Flashback Mix. This one I'm really excited about. Look how pretty that is. Snow Princess, Strawberry Blonde, and then one I planted last year. Oh, I guess it's Strawberry Blonde is the one I planted last year. So I really like that. Then we've got a couple of different cosmos. We have Antiquity and Pied Piper Red. We're going to do some chamomile and borage. Then we're going to be starting some squash seeds in pots. Squash seeds can absolutely be seeded outside, but I have some very cute little quail, and I will put a picture of the culprits up at the top. The quails absolutely love my squash seeds and my cucumber seeds. When they've barely sprouted, they'll come and they'll just mow them all to the ground. But they don't eat them once they've sprouted their first true leaf. So we're going to be starting those in pots until they've hit their first true leaf, which should take just a couple of weeks in my warm grow room. And then we'll plant those outside. The beans we're going to be putting in my new green stock. Same with the radishes. And then we've got beets and carrots we're going to try in the green stock too. Last thing we're going to do is we have had to wait so long. I have not been able to plant any of my warm weather veggies or other plants because we're going to be getting into the 30s over this weekend, which is going to be death for any of my warm vegetables that I cannot protect. So none of them have been planted yet. And they're suffering in their pots, and my ground cherries have done the worst. So anyway, since it's so windy, we'll take one or two of the zinnias out first so that they don't blow away and show you what it looks like when we plant those. So I brought out all my zinnias. I'm going to have to sit on the seed packets because it's so windy. But I think the first one that I want to do is Queen Lime Blush. Now this one is really pretty. It's kind of got a green tinge to it, and I'm really excited about it. If you really want to, you can actually direct sow zinnia seeds outside and they'll grow just fine. I've done that in the past and absolutely loved it. It was worked beautifully. But as I've said, all my beds are full right now, what I'd like to do is just have the seedlings ready to put out when my beds are ready. So let's get started. Now, one of the first things I wanted to show you is one of my new acquisitions. I'm not an affiliate. I don't know if Kevin over at Epic Gardening even does affiliates, but he has these wonderful seed pots, and I've featured the small ones in the past. They have large holes at the bottom. They've got slits up the side. They are so tough you can actually stand on them so they don't break. They don't warp if you accidentally leave them out in the sun. And I've absolutely loved them. So I went and I bought his 3-inch tall 4-pack. And this is what I'm going to be planting the seeds in. So these openings are big enough that we're going to be able to leave the seedlings in these pots the entire time. This size is a good size for starting seeds in. Now, I've transplanted seeds from the garden directly from these pots, but they're better. That's better for smaller seeds that don't need to get very big before you put them out in the garden. The other thing I like about it is it makes it really nice for bottom watering. I bottom water just about everything. I'm growing all of my plants inside of my grow room. The reason that I'm not doing this video inside right now is it's packed full of way overgrown plants waiting to be planted. And I just kind of wanted to be out of that room for a little while and be outside. So we're going to see how this works in the wind. Now, to plant these seeds, these flower seeds, I'm not using seed starting mix. What I did is I took some potting soil that I'm reusing, mixed it with a little bit of fresh potting soil, and put some fertilizer in it because these flower seeds are large and they'll have no problem coming up through a coarser mix. Now, hopefully they don't blow away. I just wanted to show you what these seeds look like. They're quite large, and zinnia seeds are easy to save. You just let the flower dry up and you can save the seeds. I'm not sure if these are patented. If they're patented, then you don't save them because it is actually against the law. But I'm going to put 2 of these seeds in each pod. Just going to bury them a little bit, not too deep. And that's good to go. Let's get the rest of these done. Now, I forgot to bring out my tags, so I guess I'm just going to put the seed packet under each pot that I fill up because it's really actually not going to matter in the long run. We're only going to do the same variety in each pot, and I'm going to mix them up anyway. We'll see what we can do about the tags later. So next is going to be borage. We've already got some borage self-sowing itself in my yard, but I want to put these in some specific areas. That's what borage seed looks like. It's kind of cool looking. So next we're going to do squash. I love my crookneck squash. That's a summer squash. Then we're going to try Costa Romanesco, mostly because James Prigioni really likes it, so we're going to try that. He's another YouTube garden guy. I would suggest you follow his channel. He's so much fun to watch. We're also going to do spaghetti squash because I am no longer eating carbs of any kind, grains of any kind, and so I'm depending on stuff like spaghetti squash. We're going to make zoodles with the zucchini. And then we're going to be planting my butternut squash. Now, butternut squash is so delicious. I am actually still eating butternut squash from last year. It's still surviving and it's June. So they are getting a little tiny bit pithy, but they're still delicious. So these are the varieties that we're going to be planting. We're just going to plant 1 seed in each, and if I have to go buy starts at the nursery, I guess I'll have to buy starts at the nursery. Hopefully these will germinate. Now next I'm going to put these little tiny seeds on the surface on one of these pots. They are really tiny. You can't bury them too deeply. I'm going to put a little bit of vermiculite over the top of this to help these germinate. Now I love vermiculite because vermiculite will hold water and release it slowly, and it actually allows light to penetrate for these tiny little seeds so that they can germinate. And there we have it. Each one of our seeds planted, we'll get those labeled and then in the grow room. Maybe I'll just go give you a little peek of my grow room to show you what it looks like. Here we have my grow room. I am absolutely loving my succulents. They are so much fun. I'm amassing a little bit of a collection. Got a couple more over there. Turmeric is growing. We've got my roselle that's starting to come back. It was up potted. I've got my aloe vera that's gotten big. My peppers that are screaming to go outside and be planted. They're actually producing fruit in here. There's a little guy right there. I've been starting to pull them off to get them ready to plant, but I just don't know what's going to happen with these. We'll see what happens. I've got the ginger that needs to go outside. My citrus trees and avocado that would be so much happier outside. We still have yet to do a video on my brand new one. I am so excited about this little one. This is a Austrian red lime. It's not the finger lime, it's a red lime. And we'll go over that in another video, maybe when I am ready to pot that one up. But we've got more lemons forming. These are all my plants that are needing desperately to go outside. Most of these are going to go in the green stock. I've been struggling with my pink celery. It's not doing so hot. These are the last ones left of my tomatoes. I grew tomatoes over the winter. I'll link a video up at the top. They did really well. These are the orange hats, still producing. And look at my out of control ink spot. We've got tomatoes all over it. This one back here is a Pinocchio orange. It's still producing. Really excited. And then all my tomatoes that need to go outside. We've got more stuff that's ready to go into the garden here. These are my basils and the ground cherries that have survived so far. And it's a little hot in here with all the lights. So we'll be bringing the flowers in here, probably putting them on this shelf under the lights. Not using the heat mat anymore, it's too warm inside. And that's what we'll be doing. Thank you for coming along with me on this adventure. It hasn't started raining yet, but I felt a couple of drops. I'm hoping that we have enough time to finish my next video, which is to put my new green stock together and possibly get some of it planted. Well, actually, I think maybe I might wait to plant it because, as I said, we're going to be in the 30s at nights for the next few days. And then it's going to pop up into the 50s at night. So I think I'll wait to plant it until then. But I would like to get it put together today with the soil in it. So look for that video. And if you enjoy my videos, please like and subscribe. Share them with your friends. That helps my channel out a lot. And go have a wonderful gardening adventure.